Hey guys, hope you're having a great day. We're going to be taking a look at Makita's brand new 7¼ inch rear handle circular saw. Now the model number on this is the XSR01Z, and Makita claims that you can make up to 558 cuts through 2x4 material on one charge. Now this circular saw is powered by not one but two 18-volt 5.0 amp hour batteries. Before I could take a look at the brand new saw, I had to plug in the 5.0 amp hour batteries and charge them. Now this was great because it allowed me to test the charge time for the two batteries. Now Makita in their directions say that it only takes about 45 minutes. So I set a timer and tested that out. And sure enough, right on the button, the batteries were fully charged at the 45-minute mark. To charge the 5.0 amp hour batteries, you need the charger, which is the DC18RD. The nice thing about it is it charges two batteries at one time, and like I said, if you're gonna get the XSR01Z, you're going to need the two batteries for that saw. So Makita claims that you can make up to 558 cuts on 2x4 SPF lumber on a single charge of the batteries. Now I'm not going to do this runtime test because, well, frankly, it takes forever and I don't want to do them. But I think it's cool that the batteries will last a long time, because that's exactly what you want on a job site, especially if you do not have the capacity to plug in a power tool. The XSR01Z delivers up to 5,100 RPMs, which is phenomenal, especially if you need to cut through tons of plywood or tons of 2x material for your project. The other cool thing about this saw is it can cut 3x material in one pass. So the maximum cut capacity is 2 9/16 inch. And that's great because if you're putting together two 2x4s or you're using 3x lumber, you can cut right through it in one pass. The XSR01Z has a soft start, so there's not going to be any kickback when you first rip through a material. It also has an electronic brake, which is great because if it does catch on something, it's going to immediately stop. There's a 3-year warranty on both the saw and the battery. As I said earlier, the maximum cutting capacity at 90 degrees is 2 9/16 inches. The maximum cutting capacity at 45 degrees is 1 3/4 inches. The overall length of the saw is 17.5 inches and the weight is 12.4 pounds with the batteries. The kit that I'm looking at today, the XSR01Z, you get the saw and you get a blade and the tool for removing the blade. That's 199 bucks. Now if you want to get the XSR01PT, which includes the saw, two batteries, the charger, a blade, and the wrench for the blade, that costs $359, but you're going to have to check around for the prices. And I would personally get the larger kit because you also get a bag with it in addition to the batteries and the charger. One of the most important things you should consider when buying a cordless power tool are the watt hours. These basically tell you how efficient the tool is, and the way that you determine that is you multiply the voltage times the amp hours. So for example, in this case, Makita is using two 18-volt batteries times 5.0 amp hours per battery, and that's going to give us 180 watt hours. So the more watt hours you have, the more efficient and more powerful the tool is going to be. So just keep that in mind when you're choosing your cordless circular saw. Here's some of the things that I like about this circular saw. Number one, you can actually cut through 3x material. That's awesome, and it's going to save you time. Number two, it's got two batteries for optimum power, and I thought that this was going to be big and bulky and a little bit awkward to use, and that is not the case, especially because Makita slid the batteries underneath the saw's body, underneath the handles, and that makes it ergonomically easy to use. Number three, this is an obvious one, and that is the power. You've got plenty of power, so if you're giving up a corded circular saw and you're worried about giving up power, this is a great option for you because you're not going to have any issues with it. I would say at least give it a shot. If you don't like it, you can always take it back. Number four, it does have a beefy hook on it, so if you need to hang it off of a 2x4 or I don't know, somewhere in your workshop or somewhere on the job site, not an issue. Nice beefy hook for that purpose. What are some things that I think that Makita could improve about the saw? Well, number one would be the battery removal from the saw itself. It was a little bit clumsy, and I found it hard to remove both batteries, especially that first battery, because you got two batteries tucked in nice and tight against each other. It's not a big deal, but I'm sure they'll improve this down the road. Number two is the $199 kit. You're only going to get the saw a blade and a tool to remove the blade. That's it. So for 199 bucks, you're gonna get a great saw, but you're not gonna get the bag or the charger or the batteries. So I would recommend that if you are in the market for a brand new saw, you're going from corded to cordless, or you wanna switch brands, you probably get the 359 kit. So you're gonna get all that stuff in that one $359 kit. I really like the beefiness of the levers on this tool. So the big levers for both the depth of cut and the bevel cut are great. They allow you to adjust the saw to meet your needs quickly and easily. I also like the fact that they have a positive stopper, so if you need to make a bevel cut exactly at 45 degrees or 53 degrees, you can adjust that stopper so that your bevel cut goes right to that setting. The sighting on this circular saw is fantastic. I have really bad eyes, so it's important for me to see the 0-degree cutting line and the 45-degree cutting line. So as you can see, they're very easy to spot and makes your cutting efficient. There's a mode indicator light on top of the tool which shows you how the tool is operating, so whether it's in high speed mode or high torque mode, and it's pretty cool, but it's not something that I'm really going to focus on when I'm cutting lumber. I do like the fact that you can press the button on the top of the saw to see how much juice you have left in the batteries. That's pretty cool, especially because you're not going to be pulling the batteries out to check on the charge. Overall, I really like Makita's brand new rear handle saw. It's got plenty of power. I was concerned about the ergonomics of having 2 batteries underneath the handle, but that was not a big deal, and I think that you should definitely check this out if you're upgrading from a corded saw to a cordless saw and you want the power and the ergonomics to blast through projects. It's phenomenal, great option, and if you get it and you don't like it, you can always return it. I am going to put a link down in the description here on YouTube, so if you want to purchase it from us, you can via that link, and that's one way that you can support our channel. Let me know what you think about this Makita rear handle saw in the comments, and that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate your time. We'll see you soon.